Yeah. Weller Racing, yeah, this is their class. Thank them. The Vale family, little Luke got his second place today. Good for him. And for Gas for taking this on and continuing. Everybody for coming out here in the heat. Hot as hell out here, so thank you.
Paul O'Brien, everybody, going to go over here to Corey.
Hey, Dave,
Yeah.
Before we talk to Corey, a few of us up here put our heads together. And as far as we can figure, you're standing next to the winningest female off-road racer in history.
Duh.
With over 170 podiums and 40 wins. So we are in the midst of royalty right there.
It's got always that. Because I wasn't counting, but it was like over 200, she's saying, Well, I think that's what next to Rob Mack, who's like over 200. So that's pretty impressive. Great race out there. I know you pretty much walked away the first half of the race, but the second one, it started to look like it was starting to be a little fun with you and Paul.
Yeah, it was. First part of the race, I feel like I was making a lot less mistakes too. I was just kind of, be smooth, and smooth is fast, and I always tell everybody that. And so I was just trying to do the same thing. And then on the restarts, restarts are always, it's just another shot at everybody getting back up there, and it's a whole nother race. And I was probably a little too careful in two, and checked up, and Paul had nowhere to go. And then from then on, it was just it was on for like the next 3 or 4 laps, and that's really fun. I think we're all out here for the same reason. We just want to have a good time. We want to race really fun cars, and we want to go fast and be out here with our friends and our family, and this class is great for that. So it's been really fun. It's fun battling with you. It's been a while, and Sam, you killed it. How many cars do you have?
4.
He has more SR1s than any of us right now. So yeah, and it's great because he has he has all his friends out here, and so we got a whole new crop of new racers, and everybody's so excited, and it's just fun. It's fun to race against new competition. It's fun to race against old friends. Huge thanks to Weller Racing for forcing me to race a new car, and all of our friends, again, for supporting us. I know there's a bunch of people watching online. Kelvin for a great track. Kelvin, thank you. I hope you can hear this. The track's been amazing for 2 days. My guys out here for coming out and prepping our car, being so busy this weekend. And just everybody for being in the stands and watching this race. Thank you. Thanks, Gas. Thanks, Poppy and Lee, for everything you do too. Thank you.
Corey Weller, everybody, and say my name one more time, and Paul O'Brien, and Corey Weller up on top. Scott, back to you, and hopefully no more static.
Thanks a lot, David. Again, congratulations to our top 3 finishers in the Weller Racing SR1 division. And Corey, I hope we got close to those numbers. I know we're nowhere near probably accurate, but hopefully we're in the ballpark. And I'm dead serious. You rank right there with Johnny Greaves and his numbers, and McCachran and his numbers. You're one of them. Well, getting ready for our next race. You can hear them off in the distance warming up. You hear that rumble off to the left side of the course as we get ready. It's the mod carts. Now, Dave, I get goosebumps just saying mod carts and hearing that rumble off in the distance. This is one of those situations where we've set up like a lot of times last year and even the year before that. There's more times than not that this next race steals the show. Steals the show of the day, of the weekend. I'd have to say, for their age bracket, some of the best, most talented drivers we have here on this track. And one final look at our points leaders after 2 rounds of racing. Paul O'Brien, how about that? Has a points lead with 107. Corey Weller with 101. And Sammy Nino with 89. So that's where we stand in the SR1 division after 2 rounds of racing. But to go back to what we were talking about with the mod carts, easily.
Oh.
These kids put on a show, and sometimes they scare the living bejeebus out of me. We talk about the power-to-weight ratio in these cars, SR1 cars. The power-to-weight ratio is even scarier because you're talking about a cart.
Yeah, and you're talking about a 450 motor. You're talking about a little around, just a hair over 60 horsepower, but power-to-weight ratio. That's what's nuts.
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest, so I've seen a lot of midget races, the midget sprint cars. And when they roll, they snap roll.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they snap roll fast, and they roll forever. They just roll and roll and roll.
Accelerate.
And I get nervous because watching these cars and how fast they are, have that capability, even though I've never seen it. I don't think it's ever happened really, but that possibility is there. And I just go back to 2008 or 9 when Mitchell DeYoung.
Oh, yeah, at the quarry.
No, Mitchell DeYoung out in the desert here at Barstow.
Oh, Barstow, that's right. Okay.
And his dad had a radar gun on him.
Yeah,
they were
that's
just
what I
testing.
remember.
97 miles an hour in a mod cart. 97 miles an hour in one of these things right here.
Well, I mean, you look at it like a supercross bike. You can get it up to 100 miles an hour, but you never see it. You know, you gear it the way you want it to run. You can gear these things, go run desert or a short course. But just the fact that they can go that fast with a little gearing is scary.
Next thing you know, they'll be doing like wind tunnel testing on the bodies and take them out to the Bonneville Salt Flats or something, you know?
Ooh, there is not a world record for that yet, is there?
Who knows? But we got 10 carts coming out. Here's our lineup of probably some of the most talented drivers, not kids, but drivers in our series. On the front row, the pole sitter, Ashton Williams in the 520, Dane Culver outside of him in the front row in the 501. Row 2 inside, Luke Berry in the 536, and Talon Martin outside of row 2 in the 511. Row 3 inside, the 585 of Travis Jones and Ryan Denny in the 560, starting that 6th spot. Starting row 4 inside, Maverick Openshaw. Outside of him, the 595 of John Walls. And starting on the 5th row inside, Drake Patetti. And outside of him, starting in row 5 on the outside, the 599 of Lake Adler. And I can't help but Lake Adler is in a spot that he doesn't mind one bit. Notorious for going to the outside and passing on the outside. We watched him before in Junior 2s where he passed 4 cars in one turn on the outside and worked his way forward all the way to a podium spot.
So I believe I just got a little confirmation. That was Walker Evans helicopters that registered to eXplore, one of his companies.
Yeah?
So an off-roader buzzing us. That's awesome.
I didn't know he had a copter.
Oh, yeah. What do you think RJ's been flying, learned to fly in? See all the copter stuff RJ was doing? Oh, yeah. A little nutty fruitcake.
Front row, Ashton Williams, Dane Culver. Row 2, Luke Berry, Talon Martin. You throw these crazy high horsepower mod carts and then mix it up with the enthusiasm of very young drivers. Oftentimes it's not a really good mix.
It's a recipe for craziness.
It's a recipe for mom and dad having a heart attack. Maybe that's why Walker was hanging out overhead, just in case he needed a flight for life for mom or dad. Wow, they started way early.
Oh, squirreling.
I don't know if that's going to fly. We'll have to wait and see, but that was a pretty ugly start.
I'm going to agree, Scott.
Because somebody got on it well before the first orange cone. It looks like they're going to let it fly as long as everyone got through there okay.
Hey, it was the leaders. They're the ones who started it there.
But Dane Culver has the point, running up front. As we've
Ashton
got
Williams.
We've got 2 carts together just outside of turn 2 right now, and we'll see if they can get back underway before they come around and go a lap. Yep, there's the yellow. And another car turned around in the final turn. I want to say that was Drake Patetti right there. I'm not sure the number. He's in the infield, back underway. And let's see. The green car that was in the final turn, that's a 545. That was Maverick Openshaw.
So Ryan Denny.
And then the 560 Ryan Denny, yeah.
That was Drake Patetti. It's coming around right now.
As he keep it under control.
Well, before we get started, one more time, Sandra Jean Almer, we have your driver's license up here, or a family member if you want to come up here. Got a picture, it looks like your granddaughter. Sandra Almer. If you know her or whatever you want to tell her, we have her wallet up here and her driver's license and credit card and AAA card and all that fun stuff. Well, Scott, hopefully the second time will be the charm here, friend.
Well, I don't understand what happened when they started before the first yellow cone. And then checked up and then got underway again. So we'll find out what happens this time by. Nice, easy pace coming up to the first cone. They're accelerating already.
Well, a great start there, but
pulling them in again.
Pulling them in again.
One more time, and I predict a trackside discussion with Lee Perfect to all the drivers. Now, keep in mind, they've got actually two radios inside these cars. One is for the spotter and the driver, and then the other one is a listen-only radio where Lee can chew some bud.
And they can't talk back.
And they can't talk back. It's
exactly.
It's a listen-only radio.
Which a lot of the parents wish they had that for their kids at all times.
I just wonder, do they not know or not see where those cones are?
I think they're just excited. This class is so evenly matched. They look for every possible advantage they can. So Williams and Culver up front. Williams the one to start this race. Not anybody else.
Yeah, that's the orange and red and black car on the inside. So here they come to that first cone. Pace truck's off the track. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. There it is.
That looked like a good start with Williams. Out front, going to lead him through. Culver right on his rear bumper. Into turn number 2, they're going to go. Culver looks a little low there. Williams goes high. Culver's going to take the lead into turn number 3.
I kind of don't think they wanted to talk to Mr. Perfect.
No. I will tend to agree with that one, Scott.
Still a little jockeying for position as
Dane Culver. Yep.
Culver has the point. Ashton Williams is right there in that second spot. Luke Berry. Really nothing going on in the first lap. Tell you, that's a nice race going on right now by our top three as they're pulling away. They're still rubbing for second and third. They're making contact.
Talon Martin
Second,
definitely
third.
going for it. Yeah, Talon Martin trying to get his nose in there, Scott.
Ashton Williams running up front. He's like, okay, boys, keep playing. I'm just going to tuck away and run.
Yeah, Williams not minding one bit at that point. So Williams able to get that lead back after Culver makes a mistake. Now Talon has to contend with them. You go back to fourth place. Ryan Denny all by herself there. And then you got Maverick Openshaw in the green machine, the 545. But it is now the 520 back out in front. Oh, what happened? Dane Culver
Biked it up.
So the Toyota of Redlands driver ends up just taking this one all the way to top. Talon Martin still battling. Back there now with Ryan Denny as she starts to get up on his back porch. Denny, though, with a little gap there. We'll see if she
Maverick.
can pull up.
How about that? Maverick Openshaw up in the top four.
Oh, it's incredible. Openshaw, then you got Luke Berry, Drake Patetti, Travis Jones, John Walls, Dane Culver, and Lake Adler. Boy, the photographers are getting some killer shots now.
As they head their way into turn one, pretty cool shot of our cars for our fans back at home going through turn one. But right now, Ashton Williams is just smoothly, quietly, and easily pulling away. Maybe 20, 25 kart lengths right now back to Talon Martin.
But Scott, don't forget the competition caution.
And that's why I really like Ryan Denny at this point. Why go any faster than you have to?
I agree.
You're in a comfortable spot. You got a sizable lead over fourth place.
Think about the restart.
Yes. And we still have a few laps before we get to that point. I mean, if something happens to Talon and she's able to make up some ground, sure, go for it before the comp yellow, but
don't push it.
Yeah. Problem is, when was the last time you saw a second of a race and Talon wasn't all over the place making it, going for the win?
Gonna go for it. Talon knows right now, just playing smart. He's got a couple laps still to go before the comp caution. After this, we got Pro Buggy, Pro Light, and Pro 2 still to come. Classes continue to get faster.
Ashton Williams is now running lap times comparable to a Pro Light. Dave.
I know. When I looked at the times, I was like, are you kidding me? It's only like a second off. 2 seconds off, I should say. They're in the 51s and 52s. That's freaking hauling the mail.
But it should be coming to the yellow this time by, comp yellow I should say. Outside the first lap or two, this has been an uneventful mod race. That's
I would agree.
Usually doesn't happen that way.
No, they're pretty spaced out now. Well, now the first part of the race was pretty eventful. The rest of them starting to gap out now.
And there's the competition yellow as Ashton Williams crosses the line, Talon behind him. Nice first half by Ryan Denny, but you know what? You don't score points for a first half. Dane Culver, Maverick Openshaw, Luke Berry, Travis Jones, Drake Patetti, and John Walls will come across the line. You know, I look at some of the drivers in the mid-pack, and it kind of makes me nervous in a bit of what we're going to see for the second half. Dane Culver in 4th.
Yeah, I know. He's
What?
definitely up there. Ryan Denny still, she's very quick.
Yeah.
Luke showed some speed. And, you know, Lake can get in there. He can actually throw some laps down.
Drake Battetti, he's been known to stick his nose up there quite often last year.
Not afraid.
Me, oh my, oh me, oh my.
Well, it looks like the weather has switched just a little bit. A little overcast coming in. The breeze starting to pick up. The wind is definitely shifted now, coming from the south, which is a little crazy.
Boy, that Toyota Redlands pace truck looks so nice.
That thing's so sharp.
No roll bars and light
No.
bars and stuff. It just looks so nice and clean.
It doesn't look busy.
Yeah. Here we come to the green. First cone, first cone. Ah, nice job. Not a bad job. Ashton controlled the start. Laid the throttle down right at that first cone in the... oh, and he bikes it!
Oh, no.
Ashton Williams loses one spot. We got a brand new leader, Talon Martin, now running up front.
It's going to be fast and furious there. You can see right now, Dane Culver's now moving to 3rd. Ryan Denny shuffled all the way back to 6th place now. Openshaw. Barry getting in the mix.
So there'll be 4 laps remaining this time around the flag stand. 4 laps remaining this time by. No, it's nothing normal and nothing unusual to see this driver running up front. Question is, now can Dane Culver get up into the mix of things?
So it's Talon Martin, Ashton Williams, Dane Culver, Maverick Openshaw, Ryan Denny, our top 5 as they run.
Oh, there we go. Dane Culver tries the outside entrance, inside exit, not there. But I'm telling you right now, going into that turn,
Got him.
Dane was right there in the back bumper, and expect to see something happen very, very soon. He's not going to wait till the last lap.
Oh no, he's moved up into 2nd now. Ashton trying to answer back. Williams.
Whoa, Dane Culver
Oh.
bikes it, hits a huge rut. He goes way out to the wall. In fact, did he hit the wall?
That was Williams, actually.
Oh, it's Ashton Williams.
Yeah, it was Williams.
I don't know if it was a rut, a rock, or something happened on the outside, turned into it right away, and I can't see it, but he may have gone right up into the wall. And that's at the highest speed of the corner.
Absolutely.
Before they check up. I thought it was Dane Culver because they were right next to each other. And how about that being pushed back underway as we got a car pulling off the backstretch as well.
So Talon Martin goes to the lead. Dane Culver moves into 2nd. Openshaw now into 3rd. Denny to 4th. Under caution. I don't know why everybody's still going at speed.
And the pace truck hasn't pulled out. So we're under yellow. So the Redlands Toyota pace truck is out on the track, has collected the field. Talon Martin right behind them, along with Dane Culver, Maverick Openshaw, Ryan Denny. As is that Ashton Williams in front of the One of the UTVs out on the course.
Yeah. Been pushed.
Oh. So tough break for Ashton Williams as looks like he's being pushed
That is just a heartbreaker for that young
off
man.
the track. Yeah, off the track.
Such a good run. And then we got another vehicle now spun out.
Oh.
It's into the K-rail.
Almost blew the body off right here in the front stretch by the flag stand off the jump. With wings, both the driver's side and the passenger side.
We've seen
flat
that a
up in
few
the
times,
breeze.
Scott.
Yeah. Yeah, usually at my expense back in the day.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, I cannot tell you how many times I went through bodies in a weekend.
Did you call Jason from Fiberworks a lot?
Actually, no. Fiberworks wasn't around back then, I don't think. At least doing trophy cart bodies.
Well, yeah, they started trophy carts later. That's right.
So Drake Pettetti gets back underway. And Williams is being pushed off the track.
That's a bummer for the Toyota Redlands driver. He was just killing it.
And let's see, Ashton Williams is going to be at full throttle by the time he gets around here. Don't lift, keep going. There's the first orange cone, and we're back underway. Here we go.
Yeah, that's Drake Pettetti. So Tyler Martin, Dane Culver, Maverick Openshaw as they head out of turn number 1. They've got Ryan Denny and John Walls, the top 5, followed by Lake Adler.
And there'll be 2 laps remaining this time by, or next time by, I should say. My question is, it looks like Ryan Denny's getting a little racy with Maverick Openshaw.
Oh, yeah, she's right up on a quarter panel. Great shot overhead, Scott, as they look at this battle going on. You see Denny trying to work on Openshaw just a little bit.
Man, you can see how close they're running too with that drone. Tell you, Ryan Denny's so impressive. Ryan Denny in that last lap had the second fastest lap time in the field. White flag will be coming out this time by. White flag coming out. The battle is for 3rd and 4th, the final podium spot. Talon Martin still has control of this race, well out front, probably 10-12 truck lengths, followed by Dane Culver. But Dane has got a mirror full of Maverick Openshaw and Ryan Denny not far behind. Third and 4th are both catching. Dane Culver running in 2nd.
Here we go. This is white flag racing at its finest, folks. Denny really applying the pressure to Openshaw. Oh,
here she goes to the inside. There it is. Problem is now she's set up for the outside of the turn going in.
That middle preferred line's always quickest there. On the bicycle.
Make contact. Oh, that may be all it's needed.
Yeah, she went on the bike.
She got up on the bike. There's slight contact with Maverick Openshaw, and that may be all it takes. But here comes out of the final corner, Talon Martin. He'll take the win. Dane Culver in 2nd. And Maverick Openshaw will hang out of that final podium spot with Ryan Denny right there in 3rd. John Walls will finish in the top 5. Nice run by Lake Adler, top 6. Drake Pettetti, Travis Jones, and the rest of the field. But man, oh man, double checkers up in the air. telling you, Dave, it never fails to amaze me that these guys these kids can produce some of the best, most entertaining racing we see all day long and oftentimes all weekend long.
One more time, Sandra Elmer, or Sandy, we have your wallet, driver's license, credit card.
Popping up onto the screen, our top finishers in the modified kart division. Finishing in third is Maverick Openshaw in the 5:45. Second, 5:01 of Dane Culver, and taking the win, Talon Martin in the 5:11. As they come up to the podium, quick word with Dave Arnold. And in just a moment, I'm sure we'll have the points chase after 2 rounds of racing. Wow, sudden silence. You don't look like her. No, she didn't. Look at him. Get down trackside, Arnold. You got a job to do. So Dave Arnold's taking his time down to the podium and talking to our top 3 drivers in the mod kart division. You know, Dave, when it comes down to this, it's kind of like we're almost at a point where after a mod kart race, it's like a big, deep sigh of relief that we survived another one.
No joke. All right, let's go and bring Talon up here, Dane and Maverick. All right, here they are, Maverick Openshaw, Dane Culver, and Talon Martin. I'm going to go ahead and talk to Maverick. Man, we're talking about a crazy race there, and a couple of restarts, trying to figure all that. And then the final run after that comp caution came out, that's when you start feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
Ryan Denny was right there.
Yeah.
A little out of breath, huh?
Yeah, I held my breath the entire time.
You did. They tell you not to do that.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things is you got to learn to breathe and relax, be smooth, and probably death grip your forearms a little pumped.
Yeah.
Did you have fun though?
Yes.
All right. Well, that was a good battle between you and Ryan, and you were right there in the mix there trying to go after Dane.
Yeah.
Want to thank some people?
Yes.
Want some oxygen?
Yes. I would like to thank our LRG Pools and Redlands Prosthetics and Orthotics, PRP Seats, Parker Bumper. I think that's it.
Get over Maverick Openshaw with a great race there, and hopefully he catches breath there. Moving over to Dane, and man, he has been all over. He had the lead for a while. He has, jumps back, and then some craziness ensued. You got shuffled back. Talon ended up getting there when I'm not sure what happened to Ashton.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep my cool the whole entire time.
The whole start of the race, there's like a few restarts. It's kind of getting on my nerves, but I kept my mojo, and then me and Talon got into it. I spun back around real quick, and I was able to make a few positions till the restart. I mean, not the restart, my bad, the half, caution. And then I come in, and I'm just trying to make as many positions as possible. I was trying to get Talon, but I couldn't get him.
You had to worry about Maverick back there too, and then Ryan Denny was charging.
Yeah, I couldn't really hear my dad too well. My ears were ringing really bad. I can't really hear. My radio was really bad and super loud. I couldn't really hear my dad very well. I think my radio was dying, but I was just trying to hear and keep my cool.
Well, you kept it cool. You got second place. I know you got some people to thank for that.
Yeah, I'd like to thank ITP, obviously, God for keeping me safe inside my car. I'd also like to thank Great American Short Course for putting this on, PCI Race Radios, Action Sports Canopies, Parker Pumper, Miller Raceworks, and Spy Optic.
Good up for Dane Culver, everybody, with a great job there. And Talon Martin, we were kind of wondering, we're watching the first part of the race, be a little bit more conservative after. We're talking the start after third start on that. But were you looking at the halfway point going, all right, let's wait for that comp caution?
Yeah, I just the restarts, they were just kept going. I don't know what was happening, but then we got a good start, and we were like third, I think. Made the pass on Dane, and then just worked on Ashton, and then got him.
Continue to work. Then you had that restart. You had him back there. I know he was hounding you a little bit too. There was a battle back there for third, but he was getting pretty close to you.
Yeah, I know my spotter. He was just saying, "Watch how he's on your bumper."
Well, definitely a great race. I know you got people to thank for this one.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Sunset Sign Designs, M&M Cutomatic, Pacific Pool Plumbing, FMS Heating and Air, Calvin for a good track. I'd like to thank New Line, Sparko, Gordo for prepping my car, my dad for spotting me, and everyone who came out to watch.
Give it for Talon Martin, everybody. A great job there. One more time, Maverick open shot. Dane Culver and Talon Martin standing tall on top of the box with another win under his belt. Scott, we got some big boys with some big toys that go really fast coming up next.
Yep, we got 3 races remaining. It's only going to get bigger and faster than what we've seen so far today. Kind of surprised they're not out here. It seems like this is round 1, or should be round 1. Even though round 1 actually was back in January. It's been a long time coming for round 2. And as we jump up on the screen here for our fans back at home, there's our point. Wow. Hey, Dave, how about this for points total going in after 2 rounds of racing in the mod carts? In third is Cade Martin with 53. In second is Dane Culver with 54 points. And the total for our leader, Talon Martin, 55.
Wow.
So,
Close.
yeah, it only makes me wonder what's going on from fourth on back. But 53, 54, and 55 points between first, second, and third. That's some nice racing right there. Coming up next, Production 1000, Production Turbo, and Youth 1000 UTVs coming out. Running 3 classes in a single race. So once again, for all the fans back at home, take some pictures of where you're at, what you're doing, who you're with, the fact that you're watching us on the live stream, and tag us on Facebook at Great American Short Course, on Instagram at Great American Short Course, or YouTube at Great American Short Course. So the social medias is live and breathing here today. And that star on the map for the fans back at home, that's pretty accurate to where we're at right now. And here come those UTVs.
I don't know. I think it's like 20 feet that way. I think it's just off a little.
Shut up.
Thanks, Scott.
So I think we've got all 4 manufacturers in UTVs coming up. We got the Can-Am, we got the Polaris, we got the Honda, and also Yamaha. So I think we got all the manufacturers coming out here in this race. They may not be racing against each other in that particular class, but all the manufacturers are represented, I think.
Yeah, Polaris makes turbo, Can-Am makes turbo, Yamaha does not make a factory turbo, but you can get a turbo add-on to it, but it's not race legal since that is a production class.
So what's interesting about what's going on out in Rush, out in Kentucky right now, is the 4,400 race concluded a couple hours ago. I'm not sure. I think it was Paul
Wolf?
Paul Wolf won, I think. I saw that. I'm not sure.
Paul's a good guy.
But what's interesting right now is they're doing the hill climb.
Rock Mountain.
Yeah, that's the crazy stuff right there. So they're having a good time out there in Rush, bouncing around, bouncing off trees, bouncing off rocks, climbing mountains, climbing hills. And it doesn't look muddy anymore, so still they're having fun out there. I want to thank them for checking in earlier this afternoon and tuning in to watch us race during the stock minis. Here's our lineup of competitors out here. I'll try to keep all